Okay, just an update. As you know, I had received my author copies and stuff of FlowerChild. This is so retro. I love it. This is a 2019 remake, re-release for this year, and it's an easy read. It's good. It's actually some larger print than many times they are, but the look of this is like retro. And it's a little different than the paperback was, but this is a hard copy, hardback book. And I am so super stoked about it because it is it's so retro. Is that not the coolest thing ever? All right. But in checking it, like I said, this is my author copy. There's a couple things I still want to tweak it a little bit before fully releasing it, but I just wanted to also key you in on the very first of this, very short first chapter, and I am actually going to give it to you. Are you ready? It's story time. All right, main character. Here we go. We're getting started. This is called FlowerChild. All right, the sky was bright blue. There were puffy white clouds like stretched out cotton balls floating ever so slowly high in the air above her. He loves me not. River spun the flower in her fingers before plucking out the very last petal of the daisy. He loves me. She said it in a matter-of-fact way, but she didn't believe it. It was just a game, child's play, and it was stupid. Just as stupid as buying into the idea that any man could actually love her. It was not happening, and she knew it. She'd had men, and she knew what they were. No good. That's what. She didn't want one. It wasn't just men. Men were the worst, but it wasn't just men and the damaging romantic relationships. She didn't even like people anymore. Who needed them? Don't they all just want something from you? What she wanted was to get as far away from other people as she possibly could. Maybe one day she could find some like-minded beings, but she wouldn't put money on it, if she had any money. She had to admit, though, out here in the wilderness, she'd have better luck with befriending a wild hog. River leaned back against the big rock she was perched on and looked up at the blue sky. Several birds circled in and out of the trees just above her on the hillside. Below her, a valley sprawled out, plush green and inviting. It probably looked nicer than it actually was from afar. That's how all the men had been. It looked so soft, like a carpet rolled out, that she wanted to just go lay in it. She wanted to roll down the hill to get there in the plush, pretty green grass, like a little child. In that moment, everything changed. Her thoughts snapped immediately back to reality, to the right now, as she heard the twig snap. It was a loud pop. That wasn't a little critter. She heard the rustling of the dead leaves on the hillside just above her. Something was definitely just behind her. She popped up immediately, half in fear and half in surprise. The equation became a little less balanced as she saw what had intruded on her lollygagging. It leaned more toward fear now, just almost terror, as an absolute state of paralyzing, traumatic horror. River was not one to panic. No, not usually, but the thought was crossing her mind. She tried to think. What did they say to do? Look big? Run? No, don't run. Play dead? Ugh, I'm going to die. She had never seen a bear in person before. Why did her first bear ever have to be so big? This thing is giant, she thought as she sat, frozen, taking it in. Why is it so close? It was making a loud clapping sound with its mouth. It popped loudly in her ears as she wondered, what is that? He was going to eat her. She was certain of it. I am going to die. Her thoughts were scrambling like crazy ants whose hill just got knocked into oblivion. What do I do? The growl, it was horrendous. And the sheer size of this thing was overwhelming. She never knew a bear had a smell. But she was smelling something she couldn't put her finger on. Something she couldn't describe. How could she describe it? No, forget it. She couldn't even think clearly. In fact, she wasn't sure she was breathing. Kent had seen the woman as he tracked the bear over the top of the hill, but the situation became dire very quickly. The bear had spotted her too. He didn't want to do what came next, but he knew he had to. Looking through the sight, he slowly squeezed the trigger. It seemed to take forever, but finally the projectile expelled and hurled through the air at the threatening animal. It met its target, and the bear went down. It fell right as she did, and they both lay a crumpled mess on the ground. Oh, this is so fun. Okay, sample reading. FlowerChild, this so needs to be in your library.